Hi Reyna, it's me, Vijayreyna, back at it again with another video. So today I have a video about my Dark Horses part 2 because you guys grilled me in the comments that my Dark Horses video, my part 1, was horrible. No, it was trash, that I'm incompetent. No, I'm just kidding. But a lot of you guys did mention that my Dark Horses were not actually Dark Horses, and I agree with you. Before we get into that, I apologize about the lighting and that I'm talking a little bit low. My roommates are asleep and I want to be mindful of them. I am filming into the late hours these days for you guys because there's so much content to get out, and I want to make sure that I'm getting it out to you guys in a timely manner. But also, I have to be respectful of the people who I live with. So that's why the lighting is a little bit darker and my voice is a little bit lower. So I do apologize. With that being said, my name is Vijayreyna. So if you guys are new to my channel, I'm an up and coming new pageant analyst. And if you want to join the Reyna family, you just have to subscribe. And yeah, you'll be part of the Reyna family. Also, my Instagram is linked down below in the description box, and I'll also have it in the pinned comments. My contacts are drying out on me. Hold on. Oh my god. Ooh. I've been wearing them all day. So, yeah. So, I have a part 2 of the Dark Horses video. I do agree with you guys. When I was getting called out in my first Dark Horses video that my Dark Horses were indeed not Dark Horses and that they were actually front runners and that the whole video is just thrown away, I was like, first of all, who are you guys? And then I took a step back and I was like, okay, Vijay, just listen to what they're saying because maybe they're right. And when I went back to review the video, I was like, stubbornly, I wanted to be like, whatever. But admittedly, you guys are right. Reyna's, you guys are right. My Dark Horse video was not really Dark Horses, but it wasn't on purpose. I swear, I'm newer to YouTube. Okay, I've never done a Dark Horses video before, so cut me some slack. And I'm making a part 2 for you guys. So at least I'm trying to listen to feedback and be better, and just be fair and mindful that those were not really Dark Horses. So I needed to fix that, and I hope that making a part 2 helps in fixing and remediating that. Another disclaimer that I want to make is that inevitably there are going to be other contestants that are Dark Horses that will not be in this video. There are 130 contestants, you guys. It's just impossible for me to put every single last one of the Dark Horses in one video. To be honest, this could be a like 5-part series, but one, the competition is going to be over by the time I get through the 5 parts, and two, there's other things to talk about in the competition that I want to get to. So this is going to be my final Dark Horses videos. But the great thing about that is we are the Reyna family, and that's why we have the comment section. So if you guys have Dark Horses that I have not listed down here, I implore you to go ahead and list your Dark Horses in the comment section down below. I'm sure other people have the same Dark Horses that I've left out, probably on accident, as you do. And also, I would love to hear what you guys are thinking and who you guys feel may come and give us a big surprise during the preliminaries and furthermore into the finales. So without further ado, let's get into it. I have the Dark Horses on my phone. I think there's 7 of them, but I could be wrong, so don't start counting if I don't have 7, and I'm sorry. But I do have them on my phone. I'm going to reference my phone. And then, yeah. So my first Dark Horse is going to be none other than Miss Universe 2024 Bahamas, Selvanique Wright. And if I mispronounce any of these names, I truly do apologize. I try to look up the pronunciation prior to recording, but inevitably I may mispronounce them. So I encourage you to go ahead and correct my pronunciation down in the comments below gently and just spell it out phonetically. That way I can make sure that in the future I pronounce their name correctly, but I am making the effort to pronounce everything as correct as possible, so I do apologize. Okay, so Selvanique Wright, Miss Universe Bahamas, her bio states that she's a passionate advocate for women's health and the founder of Women's Health Us First, a foundation inspired by her diagnosis with uterine fibroids, where she raises awareness about this condition and empowers women to prioritize their personal health. So I did watch her Voice for Change video, and she did talk about how a lot of women, about 80% of women who are from African descent, get the diagnosis of uterine fibroids, but they go undiagnosed because they don't get it checked out, or they don't take their health. Maybe they don't get it checked out. They don't have access or accessibility to the proper medical services in order to get checked out. And so she highlights that in her Voice to Change for Change video. I think that I have a little poster board that I made for each of my Dark Horses. So I'm going to put my little poster board for Miss Universe Bahamas right here. So as you guys can see, I have listed her strengths and weaknesses, or what she can improve on rather. And what I want to make as a disclaimer here is that when I say that a contestant can improve, it doesn't mean that they're bad. It doesn't mean that they're bad at all at the thing that I say they can improve in. It just means that I think that there is room for improvement. So Miss Universe Bahamas is a good all-around contestant, for example. However, I listed that her evening gown performance can improve a little bit. So I just want to make that very clear that it's not me saying her evening gown performance sucks. That's not the equivalent of what I'm saying, because I don't think any of my dark horses suck at any of the segments specifically. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in my dark horse list, right? So, but there's maybe a segment or two that I noticed for various contestants that I thought if they improved upon it, it would make them from a dark horse to a sure front runner, if that makes sense. Also, I want to say that for some of the contestants, it was hard to find their national competition. And I was trying my best to compare the girls based on their national competition solely, only because, yes, we have Instagram videos and non-competition videos of the girls walking and doing passerella training or runway training. However, it is completely different when a girl is walking on stage or a contestant is walking on stage during the pressure of a competition versus when they're just walking in a studio or in the hallways of the hotel that they're stuck in. So I try to be fair, but yeah. So yeah, Miss Universe Bahama, I think she's a really great swimsuit walker. I'll put a video up here of her walk. I think she's doing a really good job with her passerella training. I saw that she does have a trainer, so that is encouraging because that means that she is getting professional help, professional training to keep improving and enhancing her walk. And I think that she is an excellent speaker. Her Voice for Change video was really impressive. I watched a few interviews of hers, and I also watched her Q&A at her national competition, and I'm quite impressed with the caliber of this contestant's speaking abilities, and I can see her going far and making a placement. So yeah. Okay, so who is next? The next contestant I have, and this is in no order, by the way. I'll tell you guys who my top dark horse was, but I won't tell you the rest in order because it's not a leaderboard, so it doesn't make sense to me to tell you guys the order. I'm just going to tell you guys like my number one out of this list, but I'll do that at the very end. So I have for my number 2 dark horse, Miss Universe Bonaire, Ruby Pouchet. Someone correct my pronunciation down in the comments below because I know I'm butchering her name. And I'm so sorry, Miss Universe Bonaire. I am making an effort, okay? So Ruby is a 29-year-old communications specialist and government official with multicultural roots from the beautiful islands of Bonaire. She's passionate about protecting our planet and empowering others to embrace self-love. So what I have listed for Ruby as her strengths is her speaking, swimsuit, and evening gown, and her can improve. I have nothing really. So when I have a contestant and I put nothing really for can improve, it doesn't mean that they cannot improve, okay? That's not what it means. What it means is they're at the level now where I don't think they need to go seek out additional help. Rather, it's going to be in their hands whether or not they want to take it the extra step. So what it means is that, for example, Miss Universe Bonaire, in my opinion, is a really great, well-rounded contestant, and she has really great facets of all the different major categories that we see at the Miss Universe competition. However, there's also a lot of other competitors who are just as great, if not better. So at this point, I think she doesn't need formal training. I think she needs practice and application, and that's going to be on her own time, right? So that's what I mean by can improve. Nothing really. It doesn't mean that she can't improve and that she's great and that she's going to be the winner. It means that she's at a place right now where it's just the little things that matter, the little small things that will just make it go from good to great and from great to excellent and from excellent to Miss Universe. You get what I'm saying? So right now she's at that good/great space for all of these 3 categories, but it doesn't mean that there's nothing to improve. It just means that it's just little things at this point. So Miss Universe Bonaire is really impressive. I think she's half Venezuelana, if I'm not mistaken. So she's part Venezuelan as well. And I've seen her speak in Spanish in multiple videos, which being in Mexico City, we have to admit, knowing both Spanish and English and having that multilingual facet is really advantageous for a contestant because you can connect with both the audience members that are going to be live at Miss Universe and predominantly probably will be Spanish speaking, but also she can connect with those of us who are English speaking and a more global audience. And I think that is a very that's a very big asset to have. I think Miss Universe is definitely looking for a queen who's multifaceted in that sense and who has that multilingual ability, who can tap into a multitude of different markets. Being in Bonaire, she can tap into that market and other Caribbean islands, but she can also tap into Latin America because she is Venezuelana. She's part Venezuelan and she speaks Spanish. She can also tap into the European, American, and Asian markets because a lot of them are English friendly. So yeah, I think Miss Bonaire would be a really great contestant. I believe she also represented Bonaire at Miss Grand International and she did a really great job. I was a fan of her walk. For copyright purposes, I will not include that video because we do know that Miss Grand and Miss Universe tend to copyright. So I'm trying to be mindful. I don't want a copyright violation on my YouTube channel. Otherwise, it will get taken down and I will not be able to make videos for you guys. So let's not do that. Okay, it's already 10 minutes. Oh my God. Let's move on to our next contestant. So my third dark horse is going to be Miss Universe Namibia, Priska Anyolo. I hope I pronounced her name wrong. I'm so sorry, Miss Universe Namibia, if I mispronounced your name. So Prissa represents Namibia. She's a 28-year-old award-winning journalist, international model, and entrepreneur from Namibia. She's the proud owner of Elysian Beauty Parlor, where she's not just redefining beauty, but also empowering young women through job creation. So similar to Bonaire, I listed Namibia's strengths as speaking swimsuit evening gown with can improve as nothing really. I think Miss Namibia is a really, really strong contestant in my dark horse list. I do have her on my leaderboard. If you guys haven't checked it out, go ahead and check out my Miss Universe leaderboard preliminaries hot picks. It's the video, 2 videos before this, I think. So it's there. And I do believe that I had Namibia in my top 30. I don't know if I advanced her on to my top 12 or not. Like I said, you guys, when I say that there's nothing really that they need to improve, I'm not literally saying Miss Namibia has nothing to improve at all. I'm saying she's at that space and at that point now where she's good slash great, and it will just be in her own hands whether or not she wants to advance her skill sets more or advance her skill sets further. But I don't think she's in need of necessarily formal training or outside help in order to bring her up a notch. I mean, of course, having coaching is going to help, and I have no doubt that Miss Namibia has some type of coaching going on, but she's really a gem to watch. When she speaks in interviews, when she spoke in her Q&A, I was really quite impressed. She's very confident and very composed, I would say, and I think that she is lending herself to a great possibility of a high placement for for Namibia. I think Namibia placed last year. If I'm not mistaken, I could be incorrect, but if memory serves me right, I believe that Namibia did place last year. So it would be great to have them continue on to a second year in a row and see Namibia, the country itself, back on top in pageantry, because we know that they used to be a pretty high placing country, I think, back in the old days. So we would love to see Namibia come into the modern era of pageantry and claim their title. So yeah. Okay. So the next dark horse, who's it's going to be? It's going to be a Miss Universe Kenya, Irene. Guys, I'm going to butcher this name. And one of my really good friends is Kenyan, and I should have asked him. And if he sees this video, Eugene, I'm so sorry for butchering Miss Kenya's name. I will literally work hard to go ahead and correct it. Okay, her last, let me just shoot my shot. Irene Endo Nagendo Muki. Irene Nagendo Muki. I apologize greatly, Miss Universe Kenya, if I butcher your name. So Irene is combining her skills as a dancer, teacher, entrepreneur, and software engineer. Irene from Kenya is committed to youth empowerment through her initiatives, Inspirine Revolution. Oh, that's so cute. Get it, Irene Inspirine. Her work focuses on instilling self-belief through mentorship. Let me tell you guys something about Miss Universe Kenya. If you go on her Instagram feed, you are going to see that girl is about her advocacy. She is really the embodiment of a mentor. And when her bio states that she believes that she can empower children through mentorship, she's not joking. There are so many video clips and there's an abundance of content of her out doing the work, you guys. Miss Universe Kenya has honestly just impressed me beyond measure, and I am honestly so elated to see a queen finally step into their advocacy and be true and hold strong fast to what they promised they would do during their reign. So regardless of where Miss Kenya places during this competition, kudos to you, Miss Universe Kenya, for really being a people's queen, because that's what we need in today's pageant era. We need Miss Universe queens to still have that Miss World level advocacy, where they really are true to their advocacy and they don't just pick up a random fake advocacy, but they really are sticking to it and making impacts in their own communities. Because after Miss Universe is over, you still have to complete your reign, and you should be doing your duties as a queen to make sure you fulfill it and uphold your promises. And Miss Universe Kenya, you are doing just that. So kudos to you. So for my poster for Miss Universe Kenya, I say that her strengths are speaking and she can improve both in the swimsuit and evening gown walk. So Miss Universe Kenya did have her national competition, and so I was able to review that. And I do think that she had a really phenomenal answer. In fact, out of 10, I scored her answer a 9. And I'll share that with you guys just to let you guys know that I have Kenya as a really strong speaker. She didn't say a lot, but what she said was powerful. And the way she answered her national competition, her national Q&A was incredible. I won't put the video for these national competitions on my feed. Well, okay. I'll try to put them on here. If they're not on here, it's because they got copyright violated. So I had to take them off. So excuse me. I will try. But yeah, I think Miss Universe Kenya just needs a little bit more passerella training, so a little bit more walk training, both in the evening gown and swimsuit. More so, I would say, in the evening gown. I think swimsuit she does pretty okay when I watched her, but the evening gown needs a little bit more work, and I don't think it needs a significant amount. So it's not a critique that I'm think should be taken super harshly. I think a little bit more outside training on the movements and the fluidity in her moves, and she will be there. Her facials are beautiful, styling is beautiful, and she has the heart of a queen. So I have no doubt, should she place, that she can go far in the competition with the right training and team behind her. But yeah, that's Miss Universe Kenya. So on to our next dark horse. After Miss Universe Kenya, again, this is in no particular order, we are going to talk about Miss Universe Samoa, Helani Kurupu. Kurupu? Kurupupu? Oh, sorry, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm literally trying to pronounce it. Kurupu? Okay. Miss Universe Samoa, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. I tried to look up all these names, but my memory is already failing me. So someone please correct me down in the comments below how you pronounce Miss Universe's last name. I think it might be, I know she's half Sri Lankan, so I wonder if this is a Tamil or Sinhalese last name. Kurupu. Okay, so anyways, Miss Universe Samoa, Helani, she represents Samoa. She has a uniquely diverse background, experience, and commitment to service. As a woman of Samoan and Sri Lankan descent, she represents the beauty of diversity and the power of cross-cultural connection. So yes, you guys, Miss Universe Samoa is half Sri Lankan. And before I get into her little poster that I made about her strengths and weaknesses, I want to highlight this. Regardless of whether or not she was half Sri Lankan, I still would have her on my list. She is just a well-known queen. If you don't know her from Miss Global, you should look her up. She placed first runner-up. I thought she was going to win. I kind of wanted her to win, but I'm also very happy for Puerto Rico for their win as well, so no worries. And she was able to progress on to Miss Universe where she is now, so I'm very excited to see her and how she's going to do. Miss Universe Samoa is just the embodiment of a light. She is just so fun to watch. I love watching her live streams. I love just watching her in general interact with the media. I think that she is a bundle of joy, and it's like so exciting to see Samoa represented on an international stage. I have such admiration for Polynesian culture and for Pacific Islanders in general, whether they're Micronesian, Macronesian, Melanesian, Polynesian, etc. And Samoa is no exception. They have a beautiful, beautiful culture. They have a beautiful people group, and I personally was trying to learn Samoan at one point. I failed horribly and gave up because I just sucked at it, but I would love to learn some Samoan. So Miss Universe Samoa, if you ever want to do a little collaboration and teach me some Samoan, please let me know, because I would love to learn more about Samoa and your beautiful country. Also, a fun fact, did you guys know that American Samoa and Samoa are in different time zones? Just random fact that I remember hearing one time. But anyways, yeah, so I think that Miss Universe Samoa, let's go into her poster. Let me pull up my phone. So for Miss Universe Samoa, I had that her strengths are speaking, evening gown, and that she can improve on her swimsuit. So yes, Miss Universe Samoa is a great speaker. Like I said, she's a bundle of joy. Whenever she speaks, she is just elated. She has such a brightness and such a warmth aura to her. She's a very open, inviting, and friendly and welcoming, and I really do appreciate that about Miss Universe Samoa. And that is something that you will find commonly within the Samoan people that I've noticed. They're generally very friendly, very open, very welcoming, and they have this warmth that just cannot be duplicated by other people groups. So Miss Universe Samoa is doing a great job of bringing those same qualities that I've seen repeatedly in Samoans onto the international stage. So Samoans, you guys have a beautiful, phenomenal queen. As far as her swimsuit walk, let's talk about it. I think that she has a really solid swimsuit walk. So again, when I say that she can improve on it, it doesn't mean that it's bad at all. It's not. It's actually pretty good, you guys. I just think that there can still be a little bit more room for improvement. I like to see a little bit more fluidity in the facials. I think that sometimes during the swimsuit walk, she can go into a very overly fierce mode. So I think just lightening up the facials a little bit, being a little bit more relaxed and smiling as she did during Miss Global, I think that will lend well for her to go from a good swimsuit walk to a great one. But she still has a really great overall technique. I think that it's been a while since she's competed at Miss Global. I mean, not super long. It was just like a year ago or so, but I'm sure that she has improved and trained since then. And she already had a really good baseline. So if she has been continually training and continually improving, I can see that should she place at the top 30, she could even potentially advance to the top 12, and then her evening gown is good. So from there, it just is up to her. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Miss Universe Samoa. Let's move on to our next dark horse. We have two more, I think. That's incorrect. Yes. So my sixth, is it number 6? Whatever. My next dark horse is Miss Universe Cuba, Marianela Ancheta. So Marianela Ancheta represents Cuba, and she's a professional model and a businesswoman who is brave, compassionate, genuine, honest, and passionate advocate, and a passionate advocate for mental health awareness with a deep love for helping and motivating others. Let me talk about Miss Universe Cuba as a voice for change. I cried. It was such a unexpected turn. First and foremost, if you have depression or if you have a sensitive time or a hard time watching content that is related to self-harm, I don't recommend watching her voice for change because she speaks about a personal experience regarding her mother in that video, and so I don't want anyone to be triggered. So just a little warning, it's a beautiful video, so I'm not discouraging you to not see it. I just want everyone to be aware that if you go to watch her voice for change, that it will have that graphic content in there, or description of graphic content rather. And so I recommend just be aware of it for your own mental health purposes. But nonetheless, I think she was really well spoken in it. And you can tell that mental health is definitely a advocacy or a cause that is true to her heart, that she truly, genuinely cares about, and she wants to make a difference and an impact in. And for that, I really was impressed with Miss Universe Cuba. Furthermore, with Miss Universe Cuba, let's pull up her like little picture thing here that I made for her. So I said that her strengths are her swimsuit and evening gown, and then she can improve in her speaking. Guys, if I keep blinking weirdly, my contacts are drying out. Okay, so I apologize. But yeah, so she is a performer. Miss Universe Cuba is a performer that is not up for debate. During her nationals, she performed pretty well. I was impressed both with her swimsuit and her evening gown, especially with her swimsuit. I do think that her swimsuit is slightly stronger than her evening gown performance, but nonetheless, both are really, really excellent. I think speaking is where she lacks just a little bit. Tiny bit, not too much. So I think that if she got formal training since then, and I have no doubt that she has, especially since this is for Cuba's first year in I don't know how long. So I'm sure that the organization is really doing their best to make sure that Miss Universe Cuba is fully trained and prepared for this year's competition and this year's edition. And so should she make it past the interview and into the top 30, I can see her going on to the top 12 and even maybe top 5 with the right evening gown styling and performance, and just if the night lends itself to be hers. So yeah, Guys, this is a nose ring, okay? You guys always tell me it's a booger. It's not a booger, it's a nose ring. So, nonetheless, let's move on to our last dark horse, but not the least. And that is going to be none other than. Ba-ba-da-ba. What was I going to say? I just blinked out. Oh, it's going to be none other than Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Miss Universe Pakistan. Dil, Pakistan. Dil. Do you like my green shirt? It's kind of like Pakistan, right? Dil, Pakistan. Dil, Pakistan. Dil, Pakistan. Dil, Pakistan. Dil, Pakistan. Dil, Pakistan. Okay, that is what you shout. I mean, it's like a thing that Pakistanis shout for nationalism. So Miss Universe Pakistan, Noor. Okay, Noor, how do you say your last name, girl? Because I've never seen a X in a South Asian last name or first name, really. Is it Zarima or Harima? I want to say it's Noor Harima. I don't remember when I looked it up. But anyways, so Miss Universe Pakistan, Noor, represents Pakistan. She's a biologist turned venture capital investor turned actor model who grew up in 9 different countries across 4 continents. Her obsessions include running, anime, art films, EDM, Katan, vegan baking, and more important, climate activism. Girl, what EDM concert are you going to in Pakistan? Are you up in Karachi, doing your little EDM like concerts? I'm just curious where in Pakistan you're finding EDM because I would be hard pressed to believe that they have EDM concerts in Pakistan, but maybe I'm not privy. You're the one who lived in 4 continents, so you let me know, Noor, where you're going to EDM concerts in Pakistan. क्योंकि मुझे नहीं पता पाकिस्तान में कहाँ ही है वो EDM का concerts. Anyway, so Noor, I will put her poster up here. Let me pull it up on my phone. That way I can look at it along with you guys. So for Noor, I had her strengths being her swimsuit walk and her speaking, and I said that she can improve a little bit on her evening gown walk. So let's get into this and why I said that. So at Noor's national competition, which by the way, Josh Eugen is doing a great job being the national director of Miss Universe Pakistan. That national competition was eloquent, modern, and beautifully done. So Josh Eugen, excellent job. If you're looking for someone who has a degree in communications, who can coach your ladies and help them achieve a crown, hit me up. I would love to put another marketing thing on my resume as well. I also do marketing, content marketing. So hit me up, Josh. Anyways, this is not about Josh. This is about Miss Noor, Miss Universe. And let me give her the stage. So Noor is first of all, beautiful contestant. What is this bakwas? What is this that I'm hearing about that apparently certain Pakistanis do not find her beautiful and they're not supporting? Huh? Noor? Not beautiful? Do you see this girl? She's the epitome of like model. She has all of the features of a model. Like, I'm so serious. She has the proportions of a model, the face of a model, etc. Clothes drape beautifully on this woman. So yeah, I think that when I was watching her national competition, she did a really good job in the swimsuit competition. Miss Universe Pakistan's national competition did not have traditional bikinis or swimwear. They wore, I think, like workout clothing, like joggers almost. I don't care. She still had a really good swimsuit walk for me. And you don't need to wear a bikini to have a swimsuit walk. I think we know what kind of aura and presence is needed in a swimsuit walk, whether or not you're in an actual swimsuit or not. For evening gown, I think that's where it got a little bit more shaky. I think Noor has to have a little bit more training and a little bit more coaching when it comes to the evening walk segment. And that is not an uncommon thing. It's not a thing that is just specific to Miss Universe Pakistan. I think it's actually specific to a lot of ladies. A lot of ladies have this issue where they can really go at it for swimsuit, but for evening gown, it's a little bit more difficult because it requires more control, both of your facials, your body, of your tempo. So there's a lot more to control when you are in the evening gown segment. And so I would say that Noor is going to have to go ahead and get a little bit more training and coaching. And I have no doubt, especially with Josh Eugen being the national director, if I'm correct, if I'm not mistaken, that she has already received that training. So I'm definitely excited should she place in the top 30 and furthermore go on to the top 12 to see what she has in store for us in terms of improvement. I also want to say this. A lot of us who are Indian, ethnically Indian have been wanting to see India in South Asian or Desi clothing. Desi, for those of you guys who don't know, is a term for the South Asian diaspora. So yeah, we have been wanting to see Miss Universe India, Ria Singha, in more Indian clothing, and in general, just our Miss Indias and more South Asian clothing. If you guys are wanting a queen who is really out here wearing South Asian attire and wearing it well and representing South Asian culture, please go check out Noor's Instagram. My God, why have I not been paying more attention to Noor? Noor, mujhe maaf karna, kyunki I have not been giving you the attention that you deserve at all. And you are truly the definition of a dark horse. But beyond that, just talking about your styling, we're not judging styling, but I just want to bring some attention to it to my South Asians. Please go support Miss Pakistan. Okay, first of all, she's South Asian like us, right? Including Samoa too. Samoa is half Sri Lankan, so she's South Asian. So you guys better be supporting both of them if you're Indian. And go look at Noor's Instagram. This girl is wearing like a lenge. She's wearing both traditional South Asian attire and more modern. And I think that is chef's kiss. So shout out to Josh Eugen for, lending her to do that. And also shout out to Noor for wanting to show off our beautiful culture. We have some of the best clothing in South Asia. Some of the best clothing, fabric, material, styling in South Asia, jewelry. And I am just disappointed that not more of our contestants from South Asia, wear more Indian clothing. So, national directors of Nepal, of India, of Sri Lanka, of Bangladesh, take notes from Noor and take notes from Miss Universe Pakistan. Because if you put your contestants in your cultural clothing, they're going to look incredible like Noor does. So yeah, you guys, these are my dark horses. I know that there are so many other dark horses as well. Is for example, there's Jamaica, there is Cambodia, there's Indonesia. There's a lot of dark horses this year, Denmark, whatever. And at the end of the day, I cannot get them all in this video because this video, like I said, will be so long. It's already 31 minutes, so I need to cut this video fast. So yeah, I hope you guys did like my dark horse videos. If you guys have any other dark horses that you feel like I missed or that you want to put it in the comments down below, feel free to do so. If you want to join the Reyna family and you like this video, then please go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to join the Reyna family, and I will appreciate it so much. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for supporting me. I really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Maraming salamat po. Sheshe, arigato gozaimasu. Shukriya, shukran, dhanyavad, and bye. Where the heck is the off button?